I do work. I work. I have a full-time job. So I am, not always available when for gaming. I do my best. I try to keep a consistent schedule when I am on top of things. When I'm on top of things. I work 8 a.m. to about 7 p.m. And I am by title, a chiropractic assistant. I don't like snap people's backs and things like that. I don't adjust people. What I basically do is I work at like a care center for people who have been injured, mainly car accidents. And I am like an exercise therapist. That is my title. That is my job. I care for people. And I like helping people. In every job I've had, I help people. My first job, Walmart, cashier, during the busy seasons of November, December, Black Friday, things like that. This was before Amazon Prime was like a big deal. I am older than I sound. Anyway, I was still in high school back then, senior year, and I was doing a cashier at Walmart, and I didn't have a car yet, so I rode my bike, or my dad helped me, get to and from work, which, thank you, Dad, love you so much. My second job was was a waitress at an elderly care facility. This was during the startup of COVID and everything. That was so rough, especially with I was an essential worker, so I was there all day, every day. While this was during college years as well. That was 4 years of my life. I used to during the holiday seasons, or anytime we were able to, I would dress up, and I would be the goofiest person in the room. And oh my gosh, they loved it so much. Of course, the elderly loved it. They adored a fresh smile when the world was so bleak, and I enjoyed giving it to them. It was great. And then I had college clinicals, which basically is like working 2 months at a job you're not getting paid for, but you are getting credit for it, and doing that plus my regular job was so exhausting. Like, the burnout was real. But my first clinical, I worked as an assistant coach at a place called North Florida School of Special Education. Worked with people who I worked with children who had every disability, unique ability under the sun, and I loved them. I loved seeing them grow, even if I was only there for a couple months. I loved seeing progress in each and every one of those bright little faces. My next college clinical was working at Brooks Rehabilitation, a hospital actually, and working there for a couple months, getting to know those people. It was really great to see, progress in that and seeing them grow. I love seeing growth and progress, and I don't know, it's just really nice. Fresh out of college, trying to find a job. The job market is, of course, crashing. So the only thing I could find was a behavioral therapist for children with autism. We were called Registered Behavioral Technicians, RBTs. And I worked with children with autism for 4 years. And I adored each and every one of those sweet little babies. I loved seeing growth and progress. I loved when I could teach a child to read, how to use the bathroom, how to understand their emotions and ask for what they wanted or needed. That was so super cool. And I'm not gonna lie, I even in my new job now, I kind of miss them. But however, the company that took over was greedy, and they didn't prioritize us RBTs, or the children for that matter. And I had to leave for my own sake. It was no good. But now, as a chiropractic assistant, I am using my degree, which is a bachelor's in science, sports medicine, and fitness technology. I'm using that degree, and I'm having to relearn like anatomy, physiology, kinesiology, things like that, and it's a slow process, especially since my college days was like 4 or 5 years ago, and I working with the children, I can do 50 different remixes of Wheels on the Bus, and that's pretty much it. That's all I've got. I've got child brain. I've got squirrel brain. So relearning is hard, but you know, that's that process. And I don't know what my next job is going to be. I don't know what I want to do from here. I don't know how I want to grow. But you know, we're going to take it day by day, step by step, and yeah, just figure it out from there. We got this. We're going to figure it out. Cool. Inspirational. We're being inspirational. Yay! Inspirational! Anyway, that's it for me for now. I'm gonna go to bed because I have work in the morning. Monday through Friday. Yay! Alright. Good night, guys. Bye.